Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer, man. Got my dog Brad Gilmore here with me, as always, getting ready to do this thing. Want to thank the people for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, baby. I'm feeling good today, man. How you feel, dog?
I'm feeling good, BT. Man, you know what? Look, this is a big week. This is John Cena's final wrestling match. As a longtime wrestling fan, somebody who's followed his entire career, you know what it feels like to me? It feels like when Kobe hung it up. But remember, Kobe went out with 60. So Cena's got to go out with 60. You know what I mean? On Saturday.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
You're going to be there?
I'll be there.
Oh, see, okay. This is brand new news to me. So how the hell do you end up there? Who invited you?
Look, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'll be there. You know what I mean? Represent, hustle, loyalty, respect. That last word, it's the optimal word, respect. Much respect to John Cena and what he's done throughout his career, you know, for so many people, so many young kids looked up and idolized John Cena. So for him to go out, you know, make this last final, you know, ride, you know, go down there and do it just one more time in the middle of that square circle against, you know, one of the greatest that's coming up right now. And that's good.
Man.
You gotta give him his props too. So man, I'm looking forward to it.
That's what I was going to ask you. Okay, Gunther, the final opponent of John Cena. Gunther obviously was the final opponent of Bill Goldberg earlier this year at the same event, Saturday night's main event. He's becoming Mr. Saturday Night in front of our eyes, is Gunther. How do you like that as the final matchup for Cena? And what I loved is I think Gunther looked in the camera and said, you know, you finally will give up or something like that. Of course, anybody who's like a wrestling fan or a wrestling head loves Gunther just because he's such an A-class worker, like a pro athlete. He's probably your favorite professional wrestler in a lot of ways. But what do you think about the matchup between them two?
You know, I think it's the ultimate test for John Cena. You know, to go out there and take on the guy that's really staking his claim to what's going on in today's wrestling, and that's Gunther. I mean, nobody goes out and does it like that guy. I mean, he makes it so real. It's so intense. It's so, you know, right there in your face. It's no air in between what Gunther does, you know, as far as the camera watching. It's real as it possibly could be. It's almost like Brock Lesnar in a sense. You know what I mean? It's going to be the ultimate test for John Cena to go out here and show this young guy how good the old guy still is. And for me, John Cena, he still has a little left in the tank. He may not be as great as he once was, but he still can be great once. You know what I mean? So now I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how this thing play out.
You know, we debated this on our ESPN National show when we did our Survivor Series preview, which, by the way, Survivor Series, really interesting show. I actually want to highlight a few things from that, one thing in particular. But should John Cena go out looking up at the lights, or should he defeat Gunther?
I really can't answer that, man. That's a question that John Cena is going to have to answer. You know what I mean? I don't know if
He would want to go out losing.
You know, John's a traditional guy as far as this wrestling thing goes. I mean, it really is all about the next generation. I don't think John Cena thinks it's about him going out there and hitting the 5-knuckle shuffle and, you know, hitting the attitude adjustment and getting the 1, 2, 3 and throwing up the, you know, I just no, the reason I say that, man, it truly is a young woman's game. Yeah. And to be able to pass the torch like no other. I don't think anyone else has had the chance to pass the torch like this. Of course, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, that was like the passing of the torch. But both of those guys were old.
At a combined age of 103 years old.
Exactly my point. You know what I mean? So that was like really the passing of the torch. It was a great symbol of like passing the torch. But really, that was just a match. But this right here is really truly passing the torch to the next generation. And I think Gunther is the guy that's going to bring in the new era of professional wrestling.
Okay, two more things about this with John Cena in particular. One, let's talk about his final pay-per-view match, PLE match, was against Dominic Mysterio in grand fashion. I mean, just all the pageantry that you could possibly want, including a reality wrestling student who's going to be a future Hall of Famer in my book, Roxanne Perez, on John Cena's final PLE. John Cena took a Pop Rocks. Like, can we just talk about that for 1 second? The history of wrestling, the final John Cena pay-per-view, he took a Pop Rocks from 5 foot tall Roxanne Perez, reality of wrestling, Laredo, Texas representative. That's
5'2", 5'2".
5'2" with her boots on.
No, it's a memory, man. That's a moment for Roxanne, more importantly, but it shows you what John Cena's head is. He sees the talent in Roxanne Perez, and be able to shine her, just to give her a little bit of shine, was like so. I mean, it was something that small, but in the big picture, in the grand scheme of things, it was huge. It was so huge. So for me, it just let me know what John Cena's, where his head is, and what he's thinking about on his way out. And I really don't think John is on his way out. I just think this is the exit path of his wrestling career, man. But this dude has so much more to give to this business. He really does.
He's been doing the media rounds these last couple of days, and I saw him on Bill Simmons' podcast. I saw him on Rogan. I think he's going to be on our friend Chris Van Vliet. And when I've been listening to John, his perspective on the business is one of the best I've ever heard. Just the way that he looks at it. And here's an example. His final show this weekend at Saturday Night's Main Event in Washington, D.C. He said, they came to him and said, hey, we can do this big, huge celebration about John Cena. Like, we'll show you all the highlights and the this and the that. We'll make it all about you and bring it, do this, do that. And he said, hey, guys, look, that's great. And if that's what you want to do, we can do it. He goes, but what if we do this? He goes, so many people are going to be watching this show because it's my final match. Let's bring in some NXT talent. Like, let's let them wrestle on Saturday Night's Main Event. Let's put them in the spotlight so they can get exposed to this wider audience that maybe they'll never get exposed to at any other point in their career. That is a man who does not think for himself. That is a man who thinks for the future of the industry that has given him so much.
No, I agree 100%. John Cena was one of those kids once upon a time, the prototype. Yeah. Down there in FCW.
I think FCW and OVW.
Yeah, OVW. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And he was a kid once upon a time, and just like for myself, I was, I'm 60 now, but I was a kid once upon a time. And to have a pat on the back and say, hey man, we're gonna give you a shot. That means the world to a young kid like a Obafemi, who's gonna be heading in there and taking on Cody Rhodes, you know what I mean? So
WWE champion.
And then all the guys that had a chance to be in that tournament just to, vie for that position, so, and all the women, so it's just such a cool way. It's such a classic way to, let the world see what professional wrestling truly is and what it truly can be.
I'd heard the story about John before, but I never heard it from him. So I thought it was just one of those wrestling lore things, But and I know we're coming up against a break, so I'll make it quick. But John talked about how he was told, hey, it's not working out. We're going to let you go. And this is early in his career. Do you hear anything when you go out there? No, we can't use you. And they were doing some overseas trip. All the boys were on the back of the bus. You probably were on this bus.
I wasn't.
You never rode the bus?
I mean, I did, but I don't think I was on that. I don't remember the tour. Maybe I was.
This is an overseas tour. I think in Europe.
I might have been there.
There's an overseas tour in Europe. All the guys from SmackDown are on the bus, and he said that they were freestyle rapping in the back, Rikishi and a couple of the guys. So he went back there, was just playing around. He's like, I'm out of here in a couple weeks. I'm just playing. I'm having fun. And Stephanie heard him, and she said, how did you do that? He goes, oh, you just make it up. She said, do a freestyle about me right now. And he did a freestyle for Stephanie McMahon. And her response when he was done was, "How would you like to do that on TV?" Right? And he said, "I'll do it on TV. Hell yeah!" And then look at greatest of all time.
Nah, man. Nah, he's the real deal. I mean, like I said, I was on 106 in Park with John Cena. He did a freestyle. And I was like blown away. I was like, wait a minute, this guy can really rap. You know what I mean? All the black, people was like going crazy. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? It was just something that just blew me right out of the water because he had no time to think about it, no time to prepare or anything like that. I'm sure he probably had an inkling that they might test him, so he might have
had a couple bars ready.
Had a couple of nuggets,
yeah,
ready to display. But no, man, no pressure. Just went up there and knocked it right out of the park, man. So I knew he was going to be a star, from the beginning. I saw WWE grooming John Cena to be the next guy, and I was just glad to be a part of the ride. But you are in the Hall of Fame, guys. We got to take a break. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
All right, guys. Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame, here to keep it 100. Some men walk into a room like regular dudes, but when you've got Blue Chew in your corner, you walk in like it's a main event. I'm talking pyro, lights, smoke machines, a Titantron package, and your theme music blasting. Because Blue Chew just isn't a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like somebody handed your downstairs a gym membership, a hype man, and a Hall of Fame ring all at once.
And let me tell you something right now, man. This ain't just about sex. This is about legacy. This is about making sure your third legacy gets remembered. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex, shipped straight to your door, man, in a discreet package. You don't need to go to the doctor's office, man. You don't need to stand in line at a pharmacy. Just come ready to go.
Look, last time I tried one of Blue Chew's tablets, my hog got so confident it demanded its own Instagram account. It told me missionary was off-brand and it was only doing extreme positions. I tried Blue Chew and suddenly my hog had a zip code, a driver's license, and voting rights. That's not just performance, that's a lifestyle.
Dog, for me, it felt like my parents were cutting promos on me, saying, we can't hold this man anymore. Somebody call security. It was like my entire lower half turned into a tag team championship, man. And my brother, sometimes it's not even about the action. It's about walking into the room knowing you're holding a steel chair under the table, man, ready to go whenever the bell rings.
Look, this just isn't a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. And the truth is, it's not about what happens in the bedroom. It's about knowing that you're that guy. You want to give her group chat something to talk about? You want to hear your name come up at brunch? Lay it down with Blue Chew's help. And believe me, they'll be talking about how it gets up.
And that's real talk, guys. You only get one career, one championship run, and one chance to etch your name in the history books. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Step into the ring with Blue Chew and become a legend.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code BOOKER at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Use promo code BOOKER, BOOKER, and head to BlueChew.com for details and safety information.
Want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Oh, yeah, man. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. What's on your mind? You sweat.
I have a couple things. I want to say. First off, for the people watching us on YouTube, you just heard a Blue Chew ad. That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever recorded in human history.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's ridiculous. But it's like, no, it's in a good way. In a good way. It works. Yes, of course it works. But you have a steel chair in your pants? Like, that's hilarious. But you know what's the best part about the Blue Chew ad copy is that it says it comes in a discreet package. But ironically, it makes your package not discreet. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why would it shouldn't come in a discreet package. It should come in like a
you want everybody to know about it. You want everybody to
everyone needs to know. Don't be discreet about it. If you're about to chew it and do it, put it in a steel box that shows up in front of your front door that has blue chew plastered on the side of it, so people know you're laying the smack down in the primary bedroom.
It works. Let's just say that it works.
Bro, come on now. Come on now.
Oh man, just got my shipment. My shipment just came in.
Shipment just came in. He's already halfway done.
He said a shipment. A shipment. That means it's a whole bunch of it. You know what I'm saying?
You did just come from Colombia, so I don't know. I don't know how big of a shipment you got.
Got a shipment.
Oh,
man.
can we talk? Can we talk about that? You don't have to go into detail, but
no, go ahead.
but you said you were going to Colombia on the show last week.
Yeah.
How was Colombia?
Oh man, it was awesome, man. You know, you hear all the stories about Pablo Escobar back in the day, and how the country was just in turmoil, at war.
Yeah.
The drug lords went against the government, and that's the vision that I had in my mind, because I've been watching the Pablo Escobar stories for so many years. It's one of my favorite gangsters. Then to get to the country, and it was so amazing. It was like being in the jungle, but right in the middle of the city. Everything was so green, and stayed at this place called the Novotel. It was right inside of this mall on like 1.8 acres. And the mall was pretty much that big, pretty much. It was huge. And it was all open too. It was crazy. It was open, and so you felt the natural weather feel, and it wasn't hot as spring all the time. They got over 200 bird species in Colombia, but you don't see them because of all of the greenage and foliage, and
Wow.
like I say, if it was here in the States, it would have been so many birds in this mall, but I didn't see one bird. Everyone just about has a dog. So many people have dogs, man, these dogs are so well mannered. I wouldn't say everybody, but so many people. These dogs are so well mannered. They're like humans. They walk around in the mall with no leash on, and they're just having fun. It was the craziest thing in the world. And Rover would have been like, "What the hell's going on here, my dog?" But no, man, the atmosphere, the beautiful women. It was such an amazing place. For me, I went over to get stem cell, and I tell you, I want to give a big shout out to BioAccelerator. Big shout out to BioAccelerator, man. Those guys did me and did me very, very well. They treated me like a king. They made sure that they attended to me in every way, form. They took care of my body, and hopefully my body's going to be getting back on track and getting back in action to, just live life more than anything. That's what I'm all about, the quality of life. And for anyone on the fence, man, I say, you only live once. You only live once. So for me, BioAccelerator, that's just the first stop. But hopefully I'll be going back, another time and have some fun. Take my wife, Charmy, all over there. And,
Make sure you take the wife.
Oh, wife. You got to take the wife. You got to be handcuffed to the wife over there.
Because we have a chat who said Colombian females, man, ask Booker, Brad. So, are the rumors true? Colombian women?
I'm gonna tell you, man. For the brothers, brother will lose his damn mind in Colombia. It's like nothing you never seen before. You know what I mean? It really
Talk
is.
to me. Well, I wouldn't lose my mind.
Like I said, I'm a married man. You know what I mean? So I had to stay focused. I had to stay laser focused. You understand what I'm saying? Because I mean, out of all the places I've gone, like throughout my time in professional wrestling, all the places I've gone, I've never seen more beautiful women than I saw in Colombia.
Wow. You know what? And when you going next?
It's a beautiful country. Like I say, the food, man, the food was so good. I got a filet mignon, right? Right. Filet mignon.
You're talking about a steak, right?
Yeah, lobster and lobster.
I don't know.
Filet mignon and lobster and salad, beverage, and it was about $40.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, man, I'm serious. Filet mignon, a big steak. I'm talking about it. It was cooked. It was a big steak, cooked to perfection, man. cooked to perfection. And I was like, man, you know, I could live like this. That's the way it was. I mean, it was so clean. The place was so clean.
Mm,
It was
I love
amazing.
that.
It was nothing like you hear about. Nothing like you hear. Then again, I'm sure there are parts of the the country that's like that.
Sure.
I mean, it's ghettos everywhere in the world. Anywhere you
Sure.
go, you're gonna be able to find a ghetto. But literally, I saw people living good and smiling and having fun. Man, it seemed like the happiest place I've ever been.
So you're saying if I were to like take a weekend trip,
You never come back. You never come back. I'm gonna tell you right there. You go to Colombia, Brad. You ain't coming back. You're gonna try your best to learn Spanish. Stay your ass in Colombia for the rest of your life. I'm just saying.
I was going to say, you bring an overnight bag with some dog treats, a bucket of Blue Chew, you know what I mean? And an English to Spanish dictionary.
All you just your cell phone, translate everything. You know what I mean? That's all you got to speak it into the cell phone, translate. Boom, you speak Spanish yourself. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now. It was a lot of English-speaking people there too, but I tell you, like I say, Brett, if you, a young man, went to Colombia, you probably never come back home.
I'm never coming. But remember how when you got the hoverboard,
sell everything.
You said, remember when you got the hoverboard, you said, I'm never going to walk again.
Never gonna walk again.
I go to Colombia, I'm never going home again.
You never come back. Yo, I'm not lying, man. You probably would never come back home.
Oh man, I'm so glad that you went though.
Seriously.
You know, all the places in the world that you've never been, to go to Colombia and have that beautiful experience. Because you said you want to go back, and that says a lot.
No, I'm going back. I'm definitely going back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. You keep me updated.
I will.
Keep
I'll
me
make sure I let you know when I go, man, because
The passport's up to date.
it might be a trip you want to take. It's definitely vacation worthy.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I mean, if you're just going on a vacation, it's a great place to go on a vacation. I'm not bull crapping on that one.
Good save. I know, but you had to, and obviously there's a lot that we're going to talk about because you had to go straight. Well, how long's the flight to Colombia?
It was only 4.5 hours.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
No.
And you went straight from Colombia to San Antonio?
Yeah, well, I came straight to Houston and then I drove to San Antonio for deadline.
For deadline. Man, were you tired? Were you exhausted?
You know, Charmel was with me, and we just went back to the old school, man, the way we used to, man. She used to drive for me, take care of me, let me sleep. And she was, the captain on this ship, you know, and I just sit there and co-pilot this thing, and she took care of me, got me there, and she stayed at the hotel, got even more sleep because we drove right back that same night. I went to work, got the work done. She got about 4 hours of sleep, came back, we met up, boom, and made the trip back home. And wanted to be home for Sunday, man, just to be able to kick it. Football, watch them Texans go out there and do their thing, man. Them boys went out there and beat up on Kansas City. And that was a hell of a battle, man. That was a hell of a battle. Watching Mahomes, just come so close, but not be able to pull it off because he's been so great. He's just been so great. But right now, he just has so many screws loose.
He has a lot of screws loose. The Travis Kelce interception was bad, but you know what? That Houston Texans defense, they're amazing.
Yeah, they really are. They really are, man. And they got a hell of a coach, young coach, man. Those guys are doing, man. They're doing big things, man. They represent this city very, very well. So I'm just glad I was the one to motivate this city, man. Kick this whole thing off with the video. That's me. That's me.
That's right.
Just in case anybody don't know, when we come back from the break, we might throw it up.
If I can find it, I'm gonna put it in there.
All right, you know what I'm saying? Because man, H-Town is man, they doing their thing, man. They're doing it big. CJ seemed like he's finally coming into form, man. He shook off whatever he had going on, and now he's out there doing it big. So my thing is, man, Houston, Texas, we about to go to the playoffs, man. We about to go to the playoffs. Then we go into the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, we're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
And guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section and row for less elsewhere. Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, Book.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous, Book. So guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code BOOKER for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price. Gee, guarantee. Oh, yes. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. We doing it. You know, talking about me going down to Columbia. I was reading an article and it said Booker T's getting everything done. You know what I mean? He's getting, stem cell. You know, he's getting a hair transplant.
Oh, yeah, we talked.
He's getting Invisalign. That was a story. You know, like, man, these people ain't got nothing to do, man. Is writing these stories, man, because that's not a story. That's just me talking, man. I'm just talking. All right. That's not something that should be printed and talked about because it's not news. It's not newsworthy. All right. I think that's something that everyone should be trying to do. Let's try to get better and make themselves better. But I don't think it's news that, you know, people trying to make themselves better. You know what I mean? So my thing is, come on, guys. Come on. I ain't doing all of that. Getting no hair transplant and all of that. I did get some hair treatments as far as getting my hair washed. You know what I mean? I actually even got a little stem cell on my hair. You know what I mean?
In Colombia?
No, that was here.
Oh, that was here.
Yeah. But it was less, you know, evasive, I guess. But no, man, it's all about trying to look good. Body beautiful, man. Body beautiful. Stay in the gym. Get in the gym, work out.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as I finish up here, I got to go do so many exercises because of stem cell for my knees, for my shoulders, trying to keep the body good, man. So my thing is body beautiful. My homeboy, Darryl Bates, you know, the one guy who first got me in the gym. And wherever you at, Darryl, if you listening to the show, I know you still live here in Houston. I was talking to your son a few years back. That's the guy who coined the phrase for me, man. Body beautiful, baby. Body beautiful. And Darryl Bates, brother look good, man. Had some of the prettiest calves you ever go see in your life. No, I ain't lying, man. I mean, chest, pectorals, deltoid, biceps wasn't that great, but everything, abs, Darryl Bates, you know what I mean? Body beautiful, baby. Shout out to my homie.
God,
We had another little homie, man. He passed away, but he was one of the guys back in the day. His name was Silver Cloud, and this brother he was only about 5'8", but he was so jacked, man. He was. I mean, I'm talking about body beautiful. Nobody in the gym looked better than Silver Cloud. You know what I mean? Shout out, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Silver Cloud.
Yeah, that's the only name that I knew him as.
Yeah.
Silver Cloud.
Yeah.
He was a bodybuilder and brother looked good, man. He looked real good. That's when I first got in the game, right? Willow Creek Apartments right there, 45 and 610. those apartments right there. I used to stay there, and they had a bodybuilding contest one weekend in the summer, and I got in it, and I came in third place. And I was like, "Oh man, I might could do this." That was after I'd been working out for a few years. But no, man, those guys, man, Silver Cloud, my brother, Daryl Bates. Daryl was the one that got me in it. But those guys, man, big ups, man, because getting in that gym right there at the apartment. It was an apartment gym, didn't have nothing but a couple of pieces of equipment in there. But getting in that gym for the first time put me on the path of going on to be successful in professional wrestling. Really.
I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. You know what? I don't know why some people, because I read that article about Booker T's getting hair transplants. He's doing this, he's doing that. He's got the Invisalign, and Cena's been talking about it even in the press that he's been doing leading up to Saturday. How the fans kind of shamed him into getting the hair transplant, but he's like, it's the greatest thing I've ever done. There's not an issue, in my opinion, with the vanity. Like if it makes you feel more confident and better about yourself, the hell with what anybody else says. And then on top of that, though, this is my only request for you, Book. I like the Invisalign, but and look, all love and respect to the great brother Oos, the tribal chief Roman Reigns. I put my ones up for him. But, his grill, he got those veneers. You know what I mean? And those veneers, although they're nice and pretty, they look a little crazy to me. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. They look. I can't really explain. What the feel is, the effect that I get when I see them, because they just look too damn straight.
They look too damn straight. They're too white. They're too squared.
You always want to flash them.
I mean, it looks like some chicle teeth. You remember those little pieces of gum they sell at the Mexican restaurants? Chicle? That's what it is,
man. They look too damn clean and too straight, too formed. Everything about them, Yeah, I get it. I understand where you're coming from.
But I got love for him. I'm not hating on him. If he loves him, I love him.
Look,
I'm
man,
just saying.
When you look in the mirror and you got them, you got a lot of money.
You got some money, bro. he got that mania check. He said, "I'm gonna go get some teeth."
You go flash them, dog.
I'm gonna give me some protocol.
I'm serious.
You know what? That was my favorite.
I'm already beginning to start flashing mine, and mine ain't even straight yet.
You want to get people used to looking at your grill.
Now the thing is, when you got the Invisalign in, they look straight.
Well, look. My favorite Cardi B line, right? Which is a crazy statement already to say, but my favorite Cardi B line is, "Got a bag and fix my teeth. Hope you hoes know that ain't cheap."
Nah, man. I listen to J. Cole say he went pretty far with a crooked smile.
Smile.
Fabulous. He went pretty far with a crooked smile. I went pretty far with a crooked smile. So,
yeah.
But I still want to fix it up, before I leave this earth. Just one time, just see exactly what I look like, with straight teeth. That's all.
Hey, look, it's up to you. It's
and I got the money to do it.
You got the money to do it. I have to ask you, and look, we're going to get into Obafemi, Cody Rhodes, NXT Deadline, Marab and Piotr Jan fought. I want to give a big shout out to your compatriot, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, got his first Golden Globe nomination. Shout out to Dwayne for the Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
Congratulations to him. I'm sure that he's thrilled by that. There's well, you gonna say something?
No, I was on the plane on my way from Colombia, and it was on the plane, Smash Machine, and I got a chance to pull it up and check it out.
What'd you think?
I got halfway through it, and for some reason it froze.
It froze,
and I didn't get a chance to see the final, the ending. Charmel actually watched it as well. Hers didn't freeze; it got all the way through. But I don't know. I watched the documentary. Right?
It's very much the same, right? Like it's very similar.
And that's what I was going to say. Watching the documentary and watching the movie, I didn't see a whole lot of veering from that actual story. It seemed like it was almost verbatim. And I could be wrong, but it seemed like that story, the documentary and the movie didn't embellish far from the actual story.
Yeah, I agree. And that was one of my criticisms of the film. But when we talk about pure performances, it is The Rock's best acting. It's the first time I've seen him not be The Rock. Although sometimes I feel like I could still see him. Obviously, he's so recognizable. He did such a great job in trying to embody a character and not just being a performer. And then Emily Blunt, that woman is so good in everything that she's in. And she got a nomination as well, and well-deserved, because she killed it in that movie. So congratulations to The Rock. What I was going to ask you, though, was have you seen the Diddy documentary?
No, I haven't. I just seen clips, where they're talking about, such and such, a few things here, a few things there. I thought Diddy's lawyer put a cease and desist. Is it out?
It's out on Netflix.
Okay, all right.
I watched it last night, and I wanted to.
It's a 1-part series.
It's 4 episodes. I believe.
Okay, all right. You watched them all.
I watched them all, but I'm going to tell you my favorite part about the documentary is this. 50 Cent was the producer of the documentary, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And 50 and Diddy, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but they have some beef that they've always had, right? Including I have to tell 2 stories. One, do you remember the 50 Cent song, I Get Money? I get money. Money, yeah. I get it. Yeah. They did a remix when the Forbes list came out, and 50, Jay-Z, and Diddy were number 1, 2, and 3 of the richest hip-hop moguls, right? So They did a remix. 50 wrote Diddy's verse in the remix. And he says, Lord knows, yeah, Diddy did it. Fast car, jewelry, and big homes, yeah, Diddy did it. Shootouts, coastal beefs, yeah, Diddy did it. But my lawyer's so good that Diddy got acquitted. And they said to 50, did you write lines for Diddy to snitch on himself? Because the whole thing is Diddy did it. Shootouts, coastal beefs, Diddy did it. So that was one thing. But the thing that I really found funny is that 50 Cent did one interview about the documentary, and he did it specifically with ABC News because that's the channel they show at Fort Dix prison where Diddy is. He did the interview on ABC because they know that Diddy would have to look at it inside. That's petty on another level.
You know what is big bank take little bank. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's like we've been playing this game for years. It's like WCW and WWE. When WWE won, they planted the flag, and they let everybody know we won this, man.
Yeah.
Look, I told y'all. I mean, there's something that 50 been saying for years about Diddy. When he said, he asked, to take him shopping.
He asked to take him shopping.
Bro, take me shopping. You don't ask a real man. You don't ask a real man something like that. A real man gonna step to you real quick. I mean, I heard one of the other guys that Diddy had said, take your shirt off, Playboy. And the dude said, man, I will beat the what out of you talking to me that way. But that's a real man. Most of them guys that was hanging around Diddy, they wouldn't say anything like that because it would cost him something. But a real man, no matter what, 99%, 100%, he's gonna say something. If it's 100%, gonna stand on it. So nah, man, I get where 50 is coming from 100%. I ain't never been in beef with nobody like that, especially my whole life. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing about 50. Once you're in beef with 50, it never stops. You're gonna beef with him for the rest of eternity. That's just the way he does it.
They're competing though. They still compete.
They're still always competing. Always competing. I know we're against a break, so we'll talk more on the other side.
We are. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey everybody, Brad Gilmore here with the one and only Booker T, and today we're not just talking about wrestling, we're talking about something that's changed the game for both of us personally, and that's Mando Whole Body Deodorant.
Yeah, that's right, Brad. The most valuable thing in the world could be that #1 draft pick or home field advantage throughout the playoffs, but you know what's second? Time.
Absolutely, Book, and let me tell you, managing body odor, that used to eat up a lot of time. Always worrying about it, especially around midday, but not anymore since we started using Mando.
Yeah, but tell them why, Brad.
Well, Mando isn't like those other deodorants that just mask the odor with heavy fragrances. Mando stops odor at the source. It blocks bacteria on your skin from breaking down sweat, which, by the way, is what really causes that BO.
And it's clinically proven to control that odor for up to 72 hours. Now that's long-lasting, man.
It really frees up so much time. Since switching to Mando, I've even perfected my half-court shot, believe it or not.
Man, that's awesome. And let me add, I've been using Mando everywhere. Pits, grundles, and even those stinky crevices. We all got it's aluminum-free, cruelty-free, dye-free, and vegan. Designed by a doctor who knew what was up about body odor, man.
And for our listeners, we got something special. New customers can get $5 off the Mando starter pack. That's over 40% off. Just use our code BOOKER at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com.
Use shopmando.com. Check out their starter pack. Brad and I would not steer you wrong.
With Mando, you're really taking care of your body odor anywhere and everywhere. Give it a try and let us know what you think.
All right, now back to wrestling. But remember, control your body odor anywhere, anytime with Mando, and save big with the promo code Booker at shopmando.com. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Just chopping it up. A whole lot went down over this past weekend. I don't know if you got a chance to see the PBC, man, the Lamont Roach Isak Pitbull Cruz fight, but that right there was a big fight for me. You know, I'm always about the fisticuff, the pugilism, the boxing game, and to see Lamont Roach step up in weight to go up and fight Isak Pitbull Cruz for me was something I thought he needed to do, because people are still talking about that Gervonta Tank Davis fight where I thought Lamont Roach clearly beat Gervonta Tank Davis.
He did.
I'm still wondering what the referee was thinking in that fight, but Lamont Roach went up, fought Isak, and stood toe-to-toe with Isak Pitbull Cruz, who's another guy who had a hell of a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, who Tank don't want no more of that smoke. But this fight ended up being a draw, 113-113.
I hate that.
I think it was 115, 112, and then it turned out two judges had it, tied. But my thing is, Lamont Roach proved his mettle by moving up and fighting a bigger guy. Me personally, I thought he won the fight. Everybody in the building thought he won the fight. You know what I mean? But nah, man, boxing's back, man. I love the fight game, and big ups to Lamont Roach. Keep doing what you do.
Yeah, and I know TKO's getting heavy into the boxing game with Zuffa Boxing. More events are going to be coming with that, so I'm sure you're going to be more intimately involved if the folks over there at TKO know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Riyadh season. You know what I mean? Sheikh Turkey. You know,
I'm ready to go. Where we going? Spin them up.
Look, just let us sit ringside, and we'll have our own broadcast that people could tune into. You know what I mean? We could call the fight.
You know what? I like that even better.
It's a great idea.
I like that even better. That's a great idea.
And I just hope one of those Saudi checks are attached to it. You know what I mean? Yo, Turkey.
You know, Turkey Al-Sheikh, man, he ain't gonna let you work for free. Oh no.
No. His Excellency, or whatever the proper terminology is to address him as.
You said it right.
You know what I mean? Hey, look, bro. If you go by your excellency, that means those checks are excellent.
Oh, no, the checks are excellente.
They're all that and more, man. They're all that and more. Oh, I can't wait. And you know what?
Oh, man, people are so bad at us, man. Money grubbers.
You know what I say to those people?
What?
The hell with them. Hey, book. Here's the question. We've been doing this show for a long time. What do we get paid to do? We get paid to do what? We get paid to talk.
That's it. Yeah.
What do we get paid to talk about? Combat sports. Worldwide leader in sports, ESPN. They hired us to do what? Talk about sports. Talk about fights. Talk about wrestling. Talk about the UFC.
Everything.
So if TKO and Riyadh season wants to invite the Hall of Fame out to Saudi Arabia to watch some fights and to talk about them, I'm gonna go pick up the check.
Bro, you ain't gotta explain it, man. I'm right with you. I'm gonna beat the chick up too.
You know what I mean?
You know,
WrestleMania's going to be there.
but you know what, man? I'm all about getting paid, man. I really am. I'm not gonna sit here and not say that I'm not all about getting paid. I'm willing to do the work, but I want to get paid because, man, it's when you get paid, man, you can do a lot of things, like go to Colombia.
Why do you think I want this check? Oh man.
my God, man. No.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like boxing really is back, and UFC's got a lot of good stuff coming up. I mean, we know that Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua fight's coming up. We know there's still going to be some big UFC fights. The White House card is what everyone's going to be talking about.
The one that's really I'm really perplexed about is Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson.
I never thought I would sit here and say this because Mike Tyson is an icon of the sport. No doubt about it. Legend, goated, first ballot, all of the stuff, right? You know, one time they talked about Mike being as great as Ali. That was the thing. Like, who would win, Ali or Mike, right? And Floyd, from a technical pugilist standpoint, is flawless in so many ways, not only in his record, in his technique. So I have respect for both of them as fighters. I have zero interest in seeing this whatsoever. I don't think that I would tune in. I don't think I would go. I don't think I'd buy a ticket. I don't think that I try to find a pirated stream on YouTube because I have zero interest in seeing this.
You know, I was listening and I think it was Mike Tyson. Mike said this fight is going to break all records. As far as the fight game goes, it's going to break all records. And I think that's what they're looking for more than anything. I think they're looking for this fight to break all records, make a whole lot of money. And like I said, money can make you do some crazy things. And I think that's where we are in this world right now. I don't know if it's going to break all records or anything like that. I really don't have a lot of interest in seeing this fight. 2026, Mike Tyson will be what, 60?
660.
Yeah, and Floyd, whatever.
In his 40s.
I just do not see this turning out well at all.
It's gonna be awful.
If it's about the money, okay, I get it. But that's the only thing this could really truly be about.
Well, that's all it's about. I mean,
Floyd Mayweather in the weight class he's in, and Mike Tyson being in the weight class he's been in for years. I don't see this fight should not happen.
No,
this fight should not happen on any continent. Nowhere in the world this fight I'm serious.
Where's it taking place?
I don't know, but it's probably gonna take place in Vegas. And then again,
I don't know if they'd sanction it.
Or maybe Dallas.
Yeah, I think it's either Texas, Florida, or overseas. Yeah, it's got to be one of those places.
Maybe Dallas. You know what I mean?
Let me look.
I just don't see this thing ending well. I don't see it, starting well. And for me, it's going to be the ultimate money grab.
Africa.
In Africa.
It'll take place in Africa.
Hey, man, where about in Africa?
It just says Africa.
Well, they ain't gonna make a whole lot of money over there doing this fight. I don't see it happening there. That's just me. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean,
don't nobody in Africa want to see that
fight. I think barely anybody wants to see the fight, and I got love for both of them. I really do. I got love for both of them as fighters. I have zero interest. It almost reminds me of when to actually a bigger extent, but like remember when Tito and Chuck did the thing with Golden Boy, a few years back or 10 years ago. It was like nobody wants to see this, man. Like, I get y'all want to go out there and make some money. So more power to you. God bless you. God bless you. Seriously, God bless you. Get your money. I'm not hating on it, but if you're talking to me as a fan, I don't care, like literally at all about it. I won't even watch it. I won't support it.
You can't hate on the guy trying to make a buck, though.
I'm not going to hate on that.
You can't do it. How you gonna tell a man?
I'm not telling him.
You know what I mean, Brad? How you gonna tell a man? You know what I mean? He can't feed his family. How you gonna tell a man he can't go in there and rumble like he did once upon a time? How you gonna tell a man he can't go out there and do it just one more? You can't do it. You can't do it, Brad.
You can't tell that to a man, and you also can't tell a man that you're going to take him shopping. Both of those things are true.
Yeah,
and I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with
yeah.
you on that. But you know what? I don't have interest in it. And for really Mike's health, and I don't know what his financial situation is. I don't know if it warrants him needing to do things like this. Same with Floyd. But I don't know, man. It's
I,
kind of just
you
a
got, you
sad
know
sight.
what, man? I'm gonna tell you right now.
Who's interested?
You got to be living a hell of a lifestyle to have a fight like this to keep living, right? I'm serious. Mike Tyson should be very, very
Oh,
comfortable, even after all the money that Mike has lost. He's probably still made after his career more money than the average man ever gonna make in a million years.
yes.
You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, Mike Tyson can do an autograph signing and it's going to be sold out. You know what I mean? It's memorabilia, stuff that old boxing trunks going to go for $1 million. So, what I'm serious. So I don't think Mike Tyson is hurting for money. But one thing about having money, it, for a lot of people, it make them want more.
Yeah.
To be able to, go out on a yacht,
Mm,
you know, to be able to live, in the penthouse suite when you
yeah.
go somewhere. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To when you go to the airport, it's private. You got a
That's right.
private jet waiting on you. I'm gonna tell you, I was listening to Jake Paul talk about 6 of his 12 cars.
That's ridiculous.
I'm serious. And the collection that he had talked about added up to be about, I don't know, 4 point some million or something like that. Between all the 6 cars. And like I say, he still had 6 more to talk about. And the private jets, I mean, it's limitless. It's limitless. I can't imagine living like that, but I could imagine living like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Huh? Just
Yeah.
give me that checkbook for a minute. It'll be like going to Colombia. You'll never come back.
Well, we got to come back after the break. We got more Hall of Fame on the other side, BT.
Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, this is Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Fame. I got something for you guys, man. Look, when I was a kid, man, cereal was my jam. But now, since I'm a grown man, I'm looking for something that gives me more than just a sugar rush and carbs, man. That's when I found Magic Spoon. Look, it's a cereal that gives you the taste of your childhood favorites, but without sugar and packed with tons of protein.
And if you're already a fan of Magic Spoon, then you need to listen up to this because I've got some big news. Magic Spoon has taken that amazing cereal that we all love and turned it into high-protein treats. These new treats are light, they're crispy, and they become my go-to snack, especially before or even after the gym.
Yeah, man, every serving of Magic Spoon cereal has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and only 4 grams of net carb. That fruity and cocoa flavor are the classic ones, but there's a whole lot more to try, man.
And those new treats, they've got 12 grams of protein and come in flavors like marshmallow and chocolatey peanut butter. Perfect when you're on the go or you need a quick snack to fuel up before that workout.
Yeah, man, I keep a box in my gym bag, but it's a great late night snack as well. Those treats have that crispy texture, great taste, and the macros that make you feel good about eating them.
So Magic Spoon's bringing back those nostalgic flavors, but without all the stuff that we don't want. So if you want to try it for yourself and get $5 off your next order, go to magicspoon.com/HOF. That's magicspoon.com/HOF. Or you can even find it on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store.
That's magicspoon.com/HOF for $5 off. Magic Spoon, hold on to the dream. Hold on to the dream, baby. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. We just chopping it up. We still got a few minutes left inside the Hall of Fame. If you want to get in, man, get a super chat in. Do it. Do it now. I do it for you, man. Whatever you got, we'll be waiting on you. But no, man. Like I say, a lot went down over the weekend, but you look like you got something you want to say.
Well, I do want to say to our YouTube viewers and to our podcast listeners, and I meant to bring this up to you but before we went live. But last week, while you were in Colombia, I actually had the opportunity to talk to the WWE Women's Champion, the Storm, Jade Cargill. And, WrestleMania tickets are on sale. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. And I just want to say we'll be bringing that to the YouTube channel so people can check out the full interview. Only 30 seconds made it on television. So I want to bring the full interview here so you can check out Jade Cargill, who I think is doing already a great job as the women's
She's
champion.
doing a great job, man. She's doing a great job. She's just getting started. This thing for Jade Cargill, it's just getting started, y'all. This is the tip of the iceberg for Jade Cargill.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And you know what? We talked about it too, but I remember, and I want you to speak on it for maybe people who haven't heard this before. But like the World Championship, WWE Championship, whichever one it is, man, there's so much responsibility that comes with the top title that I just think that the fans, and maybe they do appreciate it, but they can't really, you can never really appreciate it unless you see it or have done it, right? And those on sales, they put you on when you're the champion, the media tours, the opening segment, the middle segment. I mean, Book, I don't know how the hell you were able to keep up with that schedule being the champion, because it must be the most exhausting thing to do.
It truly is. I said it once. I said 1,000 times. Being the world champion in any major company is the hardest thing you're ever going to do. I mean, in WCW, I was grinding, man. I was grinding week in and week out. Like you say, the own sales, media days, whatnot. I was always Johnny on the spot. Always there early, dark match. Dark match was always the last match of the night, the advertised match for the city. So you might open the show mid part of the show, you might do a promo, and then you got the main event, and then you got the dark match after that. It really is such a hard job, and the company has to be able to trust you. And I'm not saying that to be able to trust you to, to come out with the belt. That's what a lot of people might think. That's what I'm talking about. They got to be able to trust that you're going to be able to, make all these dates, not get hurt, try to stay injury free, be someone that's going to represent the company and represent the company very, very well. When, one of these reporters put a microphone in your face, you definitely has to look the part, as far as the passing that airport test. Man, Jade Cargill, she does all of that, and it's not as easy as people on the outside looking in would think. It really is the hardest job in this business, and I applaud, her. I applaud, like a guy like John Cena, who did it for so many years, countless hours, totally forsaking his own well-being and his own, life at home, when he could be, having a family, he's out there entertaining. You just don't know how important and how hard it really is for a lot of these guys. So I give Jade Cargill the utmost credit and respect for what she's doing.
Absolutely. But you know what, Book? We have a cavalcade of super chats coming in. So is there anything that you want to get to before we get to them?
No, man. I mean, that Davashvili, Peter Young, I know you saw that, new bantamweight champion.
Amazing.
Peter Young came back, the second fight, much better. They always say that Shalimar had a song. The second time around is always better than the first time. And that's
I don't agree with that.
Well, in this case, second time around was great for Peter Young because he went out there 5-round decision over Marab. I don't know what they missed. Marab Davashvili. Marab, and my thing is this: Marab, he didn't fight bad or anything like that. Marab was fighting upstream. Marab had, went to battle so many fights, so many times, so many training sessions. That's probably one of the hardest things you have to do in the fight game. Prepare. Preparation is the only luck. And it's only so much preparing you could do after you've gone up to that mountaintop so many times. And I think that's what happened for Davashvili.
Yeah, again, you know what? You're 100% right. And I almost liken it to the Kansas City Chiefs, right? What we were talking about earlier. You can be great, but to sustain that greatness for such an extended amount of time and continue to battle and continue to get back and to continue to be the guy, it's next to impossible.
It's got to take its toll.
It does.
It's got to take its toll. It
Yeah.
really does. You know,
It's
so
not
that's the
like
way
all
I
of a
look.
sudden Marab's not a great fighter. Obviously, he's a great fighter. It's not like all of a sudden the Kansas City Chiefs are a bad football team. Of course, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they're still those guys, but it just takes it out of you. You only got so many wars you can go to, so many runs.
That wound just keep opening, man. I mean, that callus just, you know, it's there and it booms. It's no way it can heal, you know, and that's what happens with these guys over a period of time. It's not, you know, it's not, you know, the fight is how many times they go in there and have that fight. I think that's what it is more than anything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, excuse me. But yeah, so as far as anything coming up in the UFC, I know Dana White's been talking about this White House card. And I know, look, we live in a politically polarizing climate. But as a fight fan, to think that the fighters are going to be fighting on the White House lawn gives me, I just want to see what it's going to look like. Do you know what I mean? I want to see what it's going to look like because allegedly, and I don't know what you think about this. And to be honest with you, I have mixed feelings on this one. I have mixed feelings. They're going to walk from the Oval Office to the octagon, right? They're going to start in the Oval Office and the camera will follow them to the octagon. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I think it's the coolest thing I've ever heard or the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard. I'm somewhere in between on it. But it is going to be a spectacle beyond belief.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a spectacle. Beyond all belief. This is not something I'd ever imagined thinking that I would see in a million years that the UFC, a sport that was nearly banned
Yeah.
by government. And now, you know, we're going to be having a fight, you know, on the White House lawn. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm perplexed on that one. I really
I am too. I am too.
I don't think I want to see my kids, let my kids see something like this, and you know, this is the memory that they're going to have. I just, me personally, I don't agree with this at all. I don't think the fight game and what we do with government and what government should be doing. I don't think these two have anything in common. I really don't.
Well, no, they absolutely well, fighting and government do have something that they do. But let me ask you this. What do you think about this idea? I just heard it today of a dress code at the airport. Have you heard about this?
I
That
mean,
the transportation secretary wants a dress code.
it should be a dress code at the airport. I mean, in certain instances, because sometimes, I don't know, you see some of the most scantily clad women in the
I agree
airport
with you.
with some clothes on that, you know, there again, I don't want my son. I'm like, Dad, check her. You know what I mean? Come on. And the thing is, it's just so wide open. It's just so wide open where people they don't respect themselves. So there's no way they can respect you.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
look,
the
I
only way-
like it.
it's the only way I can put that.
Anyway, anytime you or I go out, obviously we're dressed, you know, going on the airport, I might be a little bit more comfortable, but I'm not, you know, I'm not wearing a club fit. You know, like, you remember we talked about the yoga pants in the
Yeah,
airport?
yeah. I mean, the yoga pants doesn't bother
Look,
me.
it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. The yoga pants doesn't
It
bother me.
doesn't bother me.
Sometimes you see some women and you go, wow, why does she got that outfit on in there? And it's cold. It's freezing cold on the airplane. And I'm like, wait a minute, that just enhances things. If you guys understand what I'm saying, but
Theater of the mind, guys. Theater of the mind.
blue chew. It's like the blue chew enhances things.
But it's not a
man,
discreet package.
but it's very distracting.
It's a distracting one. Yeah.
Yeah, very distracting.
Yeah. I was just interested in what you thought. Okay, look, we have so many super chats. We're coming up against a break. We'll get to them after the break.
All right, stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Harlem Heat looking for everybody. You can't hide. Me and my brother taking over around here, man.
Booker T and Stevie Ray never lack for confidence.
You either roll with us or we gonna roll right over you. Straight to the top of WCW.
Stevie Ray, big, strong man, and you got Booker T, phenomenal athlete.
Harlem Heat's showing that power and size dominates.
We will go through each and every sucker to get the World Tag Team titles.
Many consider them the dominant tag team of the 90s.
7 times.
8th time.
9 times tag team champions. For the 10th time. Stevie Ray and Booker T are family. You want to fight him? Sucker, you got to fight me too. Anybody, anywhere, anytime, get some. You better be picking up bad enough. Take some. Now can you take it? Sucker!
That's right. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I know we got a lot of super chatters, man, and we ain't got a whole lot of time, so let's get to them, bro.
We're going to get to them right now. If you have a super chat, get it in before the show's over, pal. Loso Dolo, who's been a member for 33 months. Wow. Congratulations to you, my brother. We really appreciate you. You good, Unc? Dion came flying over that table.
Bro.
Can I get a great Scott?
That's the wrong soundboard.
Yeah, I'm serious, bro. He was that close. He was that close. He almost got me, but I was quick, man. The stem cell had me moving real good. So I got out of the way, but he smacked Vic, boot right to the face, man, right to the head. Bang, Vic was all discombobulated. But it definitely was fun.
He's down for the count.
Bro,
how come you didn't say Joseph is down? Why wouldn't you say that?
Literally, I'm serious. When it happened, I was ducking. I had to hit the ground, and I went down. Headset went flying, and I was kind of like confused a little bit myself after that because we had no heads up. That just happened. Normally, we'll get a heads up, but that time, nothing. So it was pretty exciting. Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, that's what happens. Mike Woodson 2085 says, shout out to the Rocket Josiah Jean on SmackDown last Friday as security. He acted like he was gonna hit Drew McIntyre. Acting is the primary word there.
Oh, yeah, that's all I can tell you right now. He must have did his job and did his job well. But now Josiah the Rocket, one day you're gonna see the Rocket, in one of those skits, and one of these other kids gonna be the security. That's what the Rocket's on his way, man. Kid's got a hell of a future. All he got to do is just keep his head straight, understand what this thing is truly all about. Time is his worst enemy. So let's get to work.
Let's get to work, Joe. Let's get to work, Joe. Josiah's one of my favorite people when we have the shows, which, by the way, December the 20th, Reality Wrestling Sub-Zero main event, fatal four-way for the Reality Wrestling Championship. Danny Limelight defends against Ryan Davidson. Will all damn day. And, of course, that man, Zilla Fatu. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This comes from Okos517, who says, from a business perspective, why would Cena retire at Saturday Night's Main Event and not WrestleMania? The dollars and cents don't make sense to me. Could you see a swerve? There's no swerve. This is it. This is absolutely it.
You see what I'm saying? I'm saying? I don't think it's about you think John Cena's worried about a paycheck? Come on, man. Come on. I don't think that's what John Cena's worried about is a paycheck. This guy's making more than enough money than he's going to be. He's probably got more money than he's going to be able to spend in a lifetime right now at this point. So I don't think it's about the money. The retirement of John Cena, the way he's going out, the goodwill that he's doing on his way out. I don't think that's about money or anything. I think it's about legacy. I really do with John Cena. I think it's about legacy and the way he leave this business. I think John Cena will be the first who would rather leave this business in a better place than when he came in it. You know what I mean? So I really think that's what John Cena's modus operandi really is. That's just my opinion.
I couldn't agree with you more. And to me, here's the dollars and cents of it. Every town he went to had merchandise saying the last time is now and had the town's name on it. You know how many shirts this man has sold on this retirement tour? He might be paving the road for the future of the business, but he's still a worker, brother.
He's smart.
All right?
He's smart. He's gonna get his, man.
He's gonna get some money here. The next one comes from Mike Woodson 2085. Crazy how Netflix was just a DVD rental through mail. What do you guys think of Netflix buying Warner Brothers / HBO, and how does this affect AEW? Yeah, I don't know if you've been paying attention to this story. Really interesting one. Netflix put in an $83 billion offer to Warner Brothers Discovery to buy the company. So that's Warner Brothers Studio, that's HBO, that's several entities under that umbrella. Now, today in the 11th hour, Paramount and Skydance have put in a $102 billion cash offer to try to buy it away from Netflix. Obviously, this would have to go through government approval, and the Trump administration would have to sign off if either company is winning the bid. I don't know how you turn away 100 billion as opposed to 82 billion, but nevertheless, how it affects AEW is interesting because if Netflix owns Warner Brothers Discovery, AEW, that is where they are housed on the Turner networks, TNT, TBS, and on HBO Max. Netflix has a huge multi-billion dollar and decade-long deal with the WWE. I don't know if they would just keep them separate. It would make sense, but I don't know, Book. What do you think?
You know what? That's way above my pay rate, man, as far as, that kind of talk right there. I mean, when you got that kind of money, you're throwing those type of numbers around, you know, is it truly selling the company? I don't know. I really don't know. You know what I mean? How does that work? Like I said, it's way above my pay grade to know if it's going to affect AEW. I really don't know.
I mean,
Um,
it would be too difficult to determine. And there's
well,
contracts in place, and there's things that they would have to
exactly, you know what I mean? And
adhere by.
I'm sure Tony Khan is a guy that's well equipped to handle, whatever's going on from a money wise perspective. I mean, court, I don't that thing it could blow up if anything was to happen, from a monopolizing perspective was to, go. I don't know. I don't know. So we'll find out in the future.
And I honestly think that either company, if it's Skydance, Paramount, or if it's Netflix, who ends up officially trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, I think that the regulatory approval from the government, they might put a stop to it because either studio would become such a monopoly and their market share would be insurmountable for any other competition. We're talking like JD Rockefeller, Carnegie stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think that they would need to put a stop to it or have some extreme regulations on it. D'Angelo Brown says when John Cena gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, who should induct him? Should it be Stu, the cameraman? I don't know. Stu's the guy. I don't know if he inducts Cena, but who inducts John Cena?
I don't know, man. Would it be one of the boys? Would it be Vince McMahon? I don't know.
I think it'd be
John Cena.
Stephanie.
I mean, it could be Stephanie McMahon. It could be Shane.
It'd be Shane.
It could be definitely somebody that's really, really close to it. It could be his dad. I don't know. It could be several people. I'm sure John has so much respect for so many guys with his business, but
Could be
sure,
you.
I could be there. I mean, but I'm sure it's going to be a short list. I can say that.
Yeah, and he will go in, and I mean, it might be as soon as next year or whenever he's ready to. I mean, John's really Book. When you think about the legacy and the career of this guy, it's no one's had a run like this. No one's ever had a run like this. Nobody.
It's been different. I tell you that. It's been different than anybody that ever put on a pair of boots. It really has been.
Yeah. And his perspective though, and I can tell that he spent time under the Booker T learning tree, especially when I hear him in interviews, just because his perspective is always whatever they want to do, wherever I'm at on the card, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna do my job. It's gonna be undeniable. I'm gonna be here forever.
It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard when you know how to go out there and do it. John, like I say, he hadn't been the best wrestler in the world, but he's always been a guy who can perform at a very, very high level. I've always given him so much respect for being that guy. I don't care about guys that can go out there and doing, a plethora of moves. I really don't. Those guys don't
Doesn't
impress
mean
me.
anything.
But the guy that can go out there and tell me a story and make the fans feel a certain way, I think John Cena did that because he went out there and fans was like, you suck at the beginning of the match. And then at the end of it, they were standing on the edge of their seats.
He won him over.
Oh, man, every time. And that right there impressed me so much, as far as the workers go. Those are the true workers that go out there and do that.
Yeah, he's obviously Mount Rushmore guy. If you don't want to put him at number one, I understand. But he's in the conversation for the greatest there's ever been. So let's get to our final two here. Cali Toenail. Punk has to control the tempo of this match long enough for the Vision to mess up Braun's win. Other than that, we might have a new champ for a new year. Do you think that CM Punk would drop the title to Braun Breaker?
That's not impossible.
No.
That's something that you say, it's not going to happen. That can't happen. No, I wouldn't say that. Punk's had the title now for how long? A couple of months.
A couple months,
That's what I'm saying. I don't see Punk dropping it this soon.
Yeah.
I think we got the Rumble around the corner. We got the
At WrestleMania.
We got WrestleMania around the corner. I just don't think it's time to do something like that. But would I be surprised if they did it? Yes and no.
Yeah.
Just for that reason, just for the reasons I'm talking about, we still got so much work yet still to be done with CM Punk.
Do you have, and I'm going to ask you this before we get to our last question. There's been a lot of scuttlebutt on the internet about the 4 top companies, AEW, TNA, and congratulations to TNA on their new television deal, by the way. Big congrats, AMC. But AEW, TNA, and then the world's champion, CM Punk, and then the WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, all people in their mid to late 40s. There's been some conversation about that is showing that the business is unhealthy because there aren't younger guys who can take the title. For instance, The Rock was 27 when he won the title. You were in your 30s. Brock was 25. Randy was 24. Should we be concerned about that at all?
No, I don't think so. Just because we're in a different, stage of the wrestling business. Guys learn totally different back then than the way they're learning now. And you're going to need, guys that, been around, that know this game like the back of their hands, like, CM Punk, like a Roman Reigns, the older guys in general, to make sure these younger guys get off, on the right paths. I look at Cody Rhodes, taking on Obafemi. That's going to be a perfect training ground for Oba to go out there and learn that one match. Oba's going to learn more in that one match than he did his whole time in NXT. Just about. It's going to be so close. I can tell you that. And to have these veterans around to, show these, because you got to look at Obafemi. He's a guy who's been in the business now like 3 years, right? 3-4 years.
Yeah.
He's a guy that came from college. It's an NIL guy. This is a guy who had no familiarity with the wrestling business before he got into it. So the way these guys are learning now, the Kalani Jordans who came right into professional wrestling.
She's so damn good.
But like I say, having a background in sports and learning television wrestling is great. But to have these minds still around to teach them what this game is all about. Yes, I think we need those guys. This guy's going to fade away soon, but I think they're going to leave the business in a better place than when they came into it.
Okay, our final one of the day. What's holding Wendy Choo and Nikita Lyons from being back on NXT TV?
Right place at the right time.
There you go. Easy as that.
It really is all about timing in this business. I look at what Wendy Choo is doing, and before she left, Wendy was doing like some of her best work, and she was really turning the curve as far as that character go. But then at the same time, when you got a character like that, man, these days people want to see real life characters. And then you got Nikita Lyons, who's a very, very talented, very, very talented. Can do anything in the middle of that square circle, but she got hurt a couple of times, a couple of knee surgeries. One thing about this business, time off is your worst enemy. Those setbacks in this business can bury your career in a heartbeat. So those are things that you definitely don't want to happen, but at the same time, those are things that sometimes you can't avoid. So timing, man, is everything. Hopefully, Wendy Choo and Nikita Lyons, the Lion Queen, that's what I call it. She'll be back on TV doing that splits real soon, man, because I need to call it. That's what I call it.
And I missed one. It looks like let me find it because somebody pointed out we missed a super chat. I don't want to shortchange anybody. Here we go. Book, what is your opinion on David Otunga's video saying John Cena was a major backstage bully to him? Convenient timing for views or possibly true? Well, it's definitely convenient timing.
Look, man, let me tell you something. Bullies I've dealt with bullies before. You know what I mean? And my thing is when I hear these guys talk about being bullied, when I hear a grown man talk about being bullied, he's a punk ass. That's what I say about guys like that. I'm serious because I've never been bullied. You know what I mean? Nobody's never bullied me in the wrestling business. In all of my years, nobody's never bullied me. Okay. That I didn't bully back. Okay, so when I hear people talk like that, man, that's what I say about them. All right, I'm not going to say it twice, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Punk ass. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, we've had too much fun today.
Well, thank y'all for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wishes, caviar dream, man. Brad for all the heavy lifting. And until next time, peace. We love you. We out.